So we've got a variety of questions, and we'll start with Brett Lawler. And Chuck, you may want to jump in here as well. Several weeks ago, we talked about odors coming from a sink, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's a possibility, but I never thought we would have to deal with it ourselves. And then this past week, wife LaDonna said, I'm smelling something coming from the sink. And I said, well, we did something on the radio show about that. At first, I thought she was kidding me, but she wasn't. And I'll tell you in a moment what we found. But Brad, first of all, what should people do in general when they smell an odor coming from a sink? Just recap for us.
Well, I think we had talked about just, there are some things you can freshen, garbage disposals. That's a big culprit there. Throw some lemons in it, some orange pieces, citrus, helps. But there's also commercially available disposal cleaners that you put in and run through a cycle there, a foaming cleaner that will remove the scum that's in there, which is a big factor in those smells that people get.
What about, and what's funny, I actually bought some of that stuff and it's under the sink. I completely forgot about it until you just mentioned it. But what about bleach? Can you pour bleach down the disposal?
You've heard me talk. I'm not a big fan of bleach being used for anything as it relates to, scums and molds. And I'm just not a fan. Will it kill it temporarily? Yeah, it might. But I don't think it's not a long-term solution for you.
All right. So here's what we found. We had bought, when we bought this house, to protect, it's a porcelain sink. We bought one of these mats, and it has little feet on the bottom of it throughout the whole thing, but it kind of protects the porcelain from something damaging it, right?
Yeah, it does. And it also collects a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, right. But guys, I'm telling you, LaDonna is a very clean person. I mean, cleaner than anybody I've ever met. And so almost daily, in fact, I would say at least daily, maybe more, she is cleaning the sink, making sure it looks good. And if she's not doing it, her mom, Betty, who is living with us while her condo is being built, also in Norton Commons, does it. So I've got two women who are very particular about this. So I turned over this mat where these little feet are, and the bottom of it had black mold.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was what the smell, I think, was coming from. So the only thing I knew to do was I put the stopper in the sink and I filled it up a little bit, and then I added some bleach to it and let it sit for about 10 minutes. And it's gone.
Yeah, you can do that. Anything to mechanically remove that scum, that mold that's building up on the back of it. Even just regular dishwashing liquids will remove that, but it's the mechanical action. The problem with bleach is that you're turning the materials there that are on the backside, you're bleaching the color out of them, but you're not necessarily removing them. So they're going to come back a little bit quicker. So you'd want to use a brush, use mechanical agitation to actually remove those things, that it'll stay cleaner longer that way.
Okay, by mechanical, you mean brushes and sponges and things of that sort. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, so let me follow up on that, Chuck, and that's a really good point. So what if you do one and not the other? So what if in your cleaning you brush it, but you don't kill it with like a bleach? Are you just defeating
just regular soap will take care of it.
Right.
The regular dish soap, Dawn.
Yeah.
And then, I like to use what the French laundry calls a vegetable peeler. It's those little green, they look like a green piece of plastic cloth, and it's very abrasive.
Yeah. And you scrub it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you scrub it. And that's all. Use a little Dawn. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's just like washing our hands. Why do we wash our hands?
Perfect.
Is it the soap that's killing it, or is it the physical rubbing that's removing those dirt?
It's a joint action, but without the mechanical. The mechanical is like what, 80% of the.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You can see and hear a replay of today's show because we do record this. We put it up on YouTube, and the direct link to get there to see it is LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's LouisvilleAnswers.com. So if you hear something that might be of interest to you and you want to see it again, or hear it again, I should say, and then see it in person, you can go to LouisvilleAnswers.com.